So our underrated games. We both got some honorable mentions
Yep.
for games that we just look at like these are the games that are probably rated between 70 and 85. Like the games that nobody really looks at because they weren't that 90 overall experience that everybody wants, even though they were. It's just critics got it wrong. And there's always proof to show that critics get it wrong too. So Drake, what's some of your honorable mentions?
Uh, well, 1 second.
I'll go over mine while you figure your stuff out really quick.
No, I just
Um,
had to sneeze real quick.
okay,
Honorable
never mind.
mentions.
Yeah.
I I don't really have a lot of honorable mentions. I think I can just go straight into my list. If you have your
Okay.
honorable mentions, go ahead.
Yeah. So my first honorable mention here is Earth Defense Force. Literally any of them. Like you and I have yet to beat one of them because like it is a grind fest of a game, but the game is so ridiculously fun. Such a fun game to play with people.
It's a
Uh,
great game for like a 30 minutes to 1 hour session. It's just great for shits and giggles.
oh yeah. Let's see. I have Fable 3 as my underrated game. The next one, that's honorable mention.
I don't think it's underrated. I think
It's
it deserves.
completely underrated. Anybody, I'm gonna tell you right now because I'm playing through it right now. Anybody who says that they ruined the combat truly never played Fable 2 because it's the exact same combat with the exception of instead of your will just being something you have, it's focused through a glove now. Like there's so many other issues with the game that I agree with, but like it is truly an underrated experience with from just gameplay wise.
Are you playing melee? Are you playing range? Or are you playing magic?
I always do a mix.
So you're a filthy magic user.
I use all of them.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
The next one I have is Spec Ops: The Line. Truly an underrated experience from a storytelling perspective. It is very much a generic military shooter game, but like the deep-seated issues and like the trauma and PTSD effects that they have throughout the game that you don't realize until you get to the end of it. Truly an underrated story. I have one that I know you're going to agree with. I don't think you thought of it though. I specifically put the Red Dead 2 online mode.
Oh, you have no fucking idea. Yeah. So here's
Like
the thing.
we played through it,
We
loved it.
played through it.
It was amazing. It took an hour.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah, it was.
and here's the thing though. It was not just with you. I played that game. I played with other community as well. And guess what? It was the exact same complaint that we had.
They didn't put any work into it. Anything that could amount to fun takes too long to get to. Like I
Either spend
remember,
real money for the gold bars to unlock, contents,
yeah,
or grind for hours, for like weapons or like horses or even the content itself.
that was the
And
thing
this
with
is
like the grinding for hours. Like it's not people. I'm not saying it hyperbole when I say hours. The game system had it in there to where you actually made more money the longer you took on missions. So you had to play for like I think it was a minimum of 30 minutes per mission to get the maximum amount of gold per mission.
yeah. And once you unlock like a bounty hunting and whatnot, yeah, okay, those are fun for like maybe two, and then you realize, oh, these are exactly the same, like all the time. You
Yeah,
just go here, capture the guy, bring it back. That's it.
if they would have put 10% more effort into that, like they put into GTA Online, that experience would have been completely different.
But here's my biggest fucking gripe. Me and my community that we play with, this is my biggest fucking gripe. Hackers.
Oh yeah, hackers are terrible because we had a couple lobbies that was like that too.
We
Like
couldn't
you
play
just
on their server because hackers will just explode you from anywhere on the map for no reason.
yeah, like
Just
it's
make
not
it
fun.
impossible to play.
It's
So
the same
we
thing with
had to,
GTA Online though. Is like they have the same problem.
yeah. Well, it's just Rockstar does not do a very good job of with their official servers, which is the reason
No,
why we had to find the workaround to make a quote unquote private server. which you can just kind of do like a direct connection between players instead of going to their online server, which makes the game so much more fun because you're just playing with your friends.
So my last underrated game was Dark Cloud.
Oh, the uh, the town building RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It had a lot of like really cool elements of it, of like your character doesn't level up, but your weapons do.
yeah,
I liked the town building aspect. They had a sequel to it, Dark Cloud 2, that just like it did everything the first game did. It's just that the characters weren't nearly as relatable and you didn't have nearly as many. Like it was just two
right.
characters in the second one, whereas every town you went to in the first one, you got a new character. Like it was a fun experience and it's something that like I would like to see again one day or something like it. I
Something
like
like that.
I like the idea of like going through dungeons and then having to rebuild your community and move on to another community to save the world. Like it was a fun game. It was a fun time.
Uh, Actually, since you brought that up, there's other game that you should try if you like Dark Cloud. Rune Factory.
Ruin Factory.
Rune. Rune. Rune Factory. If you like Harvest Moon, it's pretty much like a Harvest Moon success, like a spiritual successor. You still have your farm, you still have your town, but it also now has dungeons that you can go in and fight the monsters and gather materials and level your character up. So now you have farming, you have building, you have like actual dungeoneering, all combined into one game.
See that sounds like fun to me then.
Yeah, and it's on Nintendo DS and 3DS.
So let's move on to this list. Drake Quan, what is your number five underrated game?
Warriors or Muso game series as a whole. I think it gets a lot of shit in West, being quote unquote being mindless hack and slash, which it really is not. Um, I have not
You're
seen a Muso or Warriors games that score above 80 in West at all.
you're talking those are like Dynasty Warriors style games, right?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I understand completely why those are underrated. I mean, we both try to play them. Sadly, the only one I think we can play together is the one that's not fun.
yeah,
Um,
and
those games they really are more than a mindless hack and slash. Like there is a grinding aspect, there's a level aspect, there's a complete story that'll take you days to finish on any of
and
them.
there's a lot it offers. Like if you look at like a Warriors Origin series, it even offers you end game content. Like once you beat the story, once you beat all of the like the stages, all of a sudden now you have this endless mode where you can keep fighting like enemies and keep finding like stronger monsters and shit like that. There are a lot of things that offers like aside
That
from just mindless hack and slash.
they also make like spin-off versions of it. So like if anybody is not into the Dynasty Warrior game, guess what? Drake mentioned it earlier. Hyrule Warriors. They have that version if you want to play the Legend of Zelda one. They have one specifically for One Piece. Like
Yep, they have Pirate Warriors. They had Gundam Warriors, which I wish they'll bring it back. They have like anime versions of Fate, you know, Samurai Remnant. They have Fate Extella. These are all Warriors games. So yeah, like you have the your mainline Dynasty Warriors, you have your mainline Samurai Warriors, and you have the crossover, Warriors Origin series, and you have all this, collaborations like Hyrule Warriors I mentioned. Fire Emblem Warriors is actually another good one. Pirate Warriors, Gundam Warriors. Yeah, there's so many fucking Warriors games out there. I just think it's very unfair whenever they get reviewed because it's Warriors or Muso games, they get knocked down to points automatically.
I can already tell right off the bat, our lists are very different. Mine are very much like more recent games that I played that I've just very much enjoyed that people don't enjoy. My number five was Code Vein.
Hmm. I enjoyed that a lot.
I know you enjoyed it. We both enjoyed it together, which we still have
Yeah.
to actually beat the game together.
Yeah.
Um, I here's the thing: is I hate Dark Souls style games. I think those I didn't put any of them on my overrated lists because like I think it's too much. It's overrated to talk about how overrated a Dark Souls game is because like they truly are just an overrated experience, but they are a very fun experience too. Um, Code Vein to me was the first one that I was like, this game has an interesting story. It's not the greatest story, but it's a very interesting story. The gameplay was very fun. The multiplayer was significantly better than any Dark Souls game. Except for I guess Elden Ring had a very good multiplayer system.
If you're talking about a good multiplayer system in a Souls game, Neo is another good game with a multiplayer system.
It's just overall, it felt like it had everything to me, and it was like a slightly easier experience. So if to me, Code Vein is the kind of game. If you want to get into a Dark Soul style game, you want to get into the Bloodborns, and they're too difficult for you, play Code Vein because that's a very good entry level type of game to get you into the series and get you into that style. And then it'll kind of make the other ones a little bit easier to play because you kind of have a better understanding of how to play the games. They're all roughly the same gameplay
Yeah,
wise, but Code Vein
it
is just
felt
like
yeah.
an easier experience to get into.
I do agree with the Covain being underrated. It's just such a shame that Covain 2 does not have multiplayer, online multiplayer, or have all these like a censorship issues and whatnot. Yeah, it just I was looking forward to Covain 2 a lot, and yeah, we never got the game that we wanted.
Yeah, that'll be one I get into eventually. I'm waiting either for a multiplayer update or at a point when I just give up and I end up buying the game anyways.
When it's on like a $20 or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah. What's your number four?
Mech Warrior Online. To a certain point, because after a certain point, I think they just gave up as well. Like the game just kind of gave up itself.
Um,
If you don't know what
mine,
Mech Warrior Online
I
is, by the way, if you don't know what Mech Warrior series is, it's a mech piloting simulator game that you're piloting a giant war machines, this slow moving mechs. Or depends on what size of mech you're piloting, they can move fast as well. And you're just fighting other people. Think of it Armor Core, but way like more realistic.
what's your? Oh wait, I just asked what your number four is. Mine is Viva Pinata.
Oh, that's a classic.
It is a classic. It's a series that I do wish could come back, and the specific reason I want it to come back is kind of the same reason that I think people play Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley. Like it's just a fun, mindless game to play.
It's very
It's
relaxing game.
like we don't have a lot of games like that. Every game is so like high intensity, high fast paced. Like some games feel like a chore. Some games feel like you have to play them or else you lose progress and you lose the ability to play. Like it's kind of fun just to go in and garden when
Yeah,
you don't want to go outside and get dirty.
no,
And
I
then you got
totally
like a
agree.
bunch of fun pinatas. Like it's just a fun game overall. It's a series I would love to see come back. There's actually a fan made version being made right now. I forgot the
You
name
know,
of it, but yeah, I discovered it the other day. I forgot the name of it already, but yeah, if you look it up, there's a fan made version of Viva Pinata coming out. It's scheduled to have like 300 pinatas and virtually be the same exact game that Viva Pinata was. Uh, what's your number three here?
let's see. Champions Return to Arms.
That's a fighter, isn't it?
No, it's a action RPG on
Okay,
PlayStation 2.
tell me
So
about it.
I don't know if you guys know what Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance series on PlayStation 2 is.
Oh, that was the top down action game, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So this is the EverQuest version of that game. This, in fact, is the last game on the PlayStation 2 console using this system. So after Dark Alliance 1 and 2 came out, they made EverQuest game Champions of Norath. It did all right. I mean, it didn't garner any like like a huge success, but it's still all right. But the reason why I say this game, Champions Return to Arms, specifically, because it's the best version of this genre of a game. You have so many different characters and the classes to choose from. UI is so much better. The character progression is so much better. You have so many different interesting stages to go through, and you also have option of playing evil or good. Like I wish they will remaster or remake this game specifically because this is one of the best of this genre. Like even the later games that came out using this system does not compare to this very specific one. And I think just because there have been so many of these games at this point, this game just kind of got overlooked. And only like people who knows about this game, not the like a bigger general public. And this game supported 4-player multiplayer at the time using multi-taps. So think about that on a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 2, 4-player multiplayer game. So this game was a banger. I wish they bring this shit back somehow. In fact, if you go to GOG.com, they are they do this all the time where they put a vote out for people to vote on which game they want to see preserved next. Champions Return to Arms is one of the games that they're doing the voting on. So if anybody interested, go ahead and vote on this shit, please, because I would love to see this shit back.
So my number 3 was Crackdown. Just a completely different type of game.
It's completely, it's 180 from
Uh, Crackdown 1 and 2 to me are one of the more underrated games from that 360 era in
Wait, what about
general.
Crackdown 3 though?
We don't talk about it. Crackdown 1 and 2. Crackdown 3 is the Halo 5 of Crackdown series. Um, it had a very interesting story. It just in the sense that like you're going around stopping gangs and you're a superhuman. Your abilities increase based on the way you take out enemies, based on the amount of athleticism you use to obtain orbs, um, the way you drive, trials. Like you had to earn every single system in the game. And it was just a fun time to do all that. It didn't really like feel like a grind. It felt like a natural progression as you were going through. And so you became a super soldier that could jump skyscrapers.
And it sounds like what was the other game that had a similar gameplay? Uh, Saints Row 4.
Honestly, didn't even put it on my underrated list, but yeah, that's a very underrated game as well.
I was gonna say it's overrated.
No, completely underrated. Saints Row 4 is so much fun.
I said Saints Row 3 was way better than 4.
Saints Row 4 was so much fun.
I So here's my problem with the Saints Row 4. It was too goofy. The game didn't really provide anything new other than superpowers compared to 3 and charges you full price. Originally, it was planned to be DLC and they turned it into a full price game. That is why I'm knocking points off of it.
That is there's a history of that in gaming as of late.
Yeah, a
Um,
lot.
my number 2 is Homefront: The Revolution for a couple of reasons. What's your number
Okay.
2?
Pathfinder, Wrath of Righteous.
Similar games.
Not even close.
So, for me, Homefront: The Revolution, it's underrated in the sense that, like, before it came out, people already disregarded it. Um, the game is literally just another Far Cry type of game, but people like, I think it came out around the time of Far Cry 4, if I remember right, and that game is looked at very highly. which doesn't make sense to me because Far Cry 4 is just
Far
Far Cry
Cry does the
2
same
through
shit.
7. It's the same exact game over and over again, except Homefront has the interesting idea of the US has been overtaken and you're fighting it back, fighting to get it
By
back.
North Korea of all fucking countries. One, I mean, you know
They
what?
actually
I'm
have
not.
like they have an interesting concept as to how North Korea takes over the US. Um it was basically Korea officially combined. They got over their disputes.
Which makes no
And
fucking
then
sense. This will never happen.
no, it'll never happen. In case anybody didn't know, Drake is from South Korea. He knows. He knows his shit. Um then they became a tech giant. They sold chips to America. America didn't pay for the chips, so they defaulted on their debt. And then North Koreans came in to provide aid to the US and then just ended up taking over the entire country.
Such a dumb fucking reasoning.
It's better than the original game's reasoning, which the original game was just, I think it was North Korea, South Korea, and China all decided to team up together and just attack the US.
That's not gonna happen.
I know. It was already a crazy prompt. But like overall the gameplay was fun. They had kind of like a cool system where like there's really only like 3 guns you can purchase, but then you can upgrade those guns to become like you purchase an assault rifle, you can upgrade it to become a grenade launcher and a light machine gun. The pistol can be a normal pistol or a submachine gun or a silent. Uh, I forgot what the gun was called, but it's like basically like a high pressure type of gun. It doesn't actually shoot bullets; it shoots other shit that's silent.
Just
Um, the overall story is like very simple and straightforward. It's very much your America comes first type of game, fighting back against a tyrannical government that's taken over the U.S.
oh
But
wow,
then
that's so
here's,
original. Oh my god, that's so creative.
I never said it was original. I just said it was just different.
Oh my god, that's so different than any other shooters out there. Yay. Wow. Overthrow government. Yay.
The other reason it's completely underrated is it has an entire game inside of it, inside of the game. You can play Time Splitters 2 inside of
I
Homefront
yeah, I
Revolution.
know. I was about to say this game was disguised as a
Time Splitters 2. So from the first glance, when you go through the game, it takes about 5 hours of gameplay to get to it. But you can find an arcade machine, and you can play a demo for Time Splitters 2. And there's actually like this giant story that went around on the internet around the time that this game came out, that there are codes in the game to unlock all of Time Splitters 2, and it's just available from the menu after you access this arcade machine in game. You literally get the entirety of Time Splitters 2 within Homefront Revolution.
Oh man. So funny.
It's an underrated game because it has 2 games inside of it. And it has arguably a superior game inside of the game.
Yes, it has superior game inside of it.
That's my reasoning for it being underrated.
Oh man. Well, I mean, my reasoning for Pathfinder Breath of Righteous being underrated. If you know what Pathfinder is, it's a D&D 3.5 spin-off. Paizo used to write books for Wizard of the Coast, making modules for 3.5. And when Wizard of the Coast moved on to 4th edition and kind of debunked the SRD, which was the open license for anybody to write, like their systems using D20 systems. Paizo decided to make their own system called Pathfinder, which using a D20 system. This is their first attempt at video game, CRPG. The first game was called Pathfinder: The Kingmaker, which was not a bad game, but it had a lot of flaws. Like very limited, class systems, options, and it forces you to play this, like a town management. And if you fail that, you fail your story as well, and game over for that matter. But this game is improvement on every aspect of the RPG, combat, and even the world map and world's stories and everything. This is a banger of a game. The only downside is you gotta like reading a lot of text. And I think this game was very underrated because a lot of people had a terrible aftertaste from Kingmaker, the first game, and did not understand how convoluted D20 system can get with the numbers. It's very complicated, once you start getting into like a lot of class like multiplying and combining classes and shit. And there are a lot of parts. It's problem with Aoke, the developer of the game, that does this shit where some part in the game you lose all your weapons and equipments and get it back. And that's like an hour or 2 hour session of that, and everybody hates that shit too. But this game is an amazing CRPG. If you like Baldur's Gate 3, but it wants to have an actual RPG, like a fantasy setting, like that experience, like old D&D feeling, this is the game I recommend. I think this game got overshadowed by Baldur's Gate 3 a lot because being, very similar game. But Pathfinder to me is a banger of a fucking game. It goes on sale all the time. You should check it out.
What's your number one?
F-Zero.
F-Zero.
Yep. The last
That
game
is.
we had.
Go ahead. Sorry, that's just not what I was expecting.
No? Okay. F-Zero, the last game we had was more than a decade, 15 years ago, almost 2 decades now on GameCube. This fucking game needs to come back. If we're getting remakes of every other Nintendo franchise, we should remake F-Zero and bring it back. You're telling me one of the most popular, like a Smash character is Captain Falcon, and they keep asking more characters to add onto the Smash being, the F-Zero characters. We're not gonna get any F-Zero contents. This game is one of the better racing games I play, and I'm not a big racing, guy. I only play like a Mario Kart, here and there. But F-Zero is a great fucking game, and it needs more love. And it's unfortunate that it's kind of getting forgotten by a lot of people because they have not had any new games in almost 2 decades.
So my number one was Days Gone,
Mm,
which I've talked to you about. This game to me was proof that game reviewers only play the first hour of a game. They don't actually play the game. They don't care to play the game. They just want to get in, get a quick review, and get out. And if something doesn't catch them right off the bat, they're not willing to go through the grind and not willing to actually like just experience a story, then they don't care. They'll just move on.
yeah. No, no, that's actually a good valid point because there has been so many games that got unfair treatment because the fucking reviewers and critics only play like the first 30 minutes or 1 hour of the game and give it a like score.
Yeah,
Like
and
how
like
many games have you been done
just
that? Yeah.
like I just every single one of them, all of them have done that. And sadly, like there's so many games that like if I remember right, Days Gone is rated like 73 out of 100. It deserves a minimum of an 88 to me. An 89. Like I wouldn't go as far as 90 cuz like there are some things that need to be fixed on it, obviously, but they gave up on fixing everything in the game and potentially just going on with a sequel because game reviewers didn't even give it a chance to actually flourish. Like game reviews said that it had a slow pace and they never really got into the story. The story does take a while to get into. I will admit that. Like that's probably why I wouldn't put it at a 90. I'd say more of an 88. It's about 2 to 3 hours into the game is when the story truly picks up and it goes past this I'm just a biker in a zombie apocalypse to like,
Mm,
oh, I have some severe mental issues that I'm trying to work through and I'm trying to deal with the grief of losing my wife. I'm trying to deal with the grief of saving my best friend. I'm trying to deal with the grief of protecting and building up all these communities that have now just accepted me again because I'm trying to turn my life around. Like there's such a deep story in this game that reviewers never got the chance to experience because they gave up so early into it. Not just that, like the bike mechanics to the game, like the bike is truly a part of the game. You get one bike in this entire game. You need to continuously fix it if it gets damaged. You need to continuously find fuel for it. Finding fuel is easy, by the way. It's literally abundant. You can find it everywhere in the game.
So compare it to, let's say, Ride to Hell. Does it compare
Ride
to
to
the bike?
Hell is the most overrated, low-rated game in the world.
Does not deserve the hate it gets.
No, it deserves more hate, to be honest.
More than
Um, Ride to Hell deserves to be one of those games that get a 0 out of 0 on a list of games. Whatever the rating is, it's too high, is what I'm saying for Ride to Hell.
push it was pretty fucking low.
I'm looking it up right now because
Right.
it's too high. 19% on Metacritic, too high. GameSpot gave it a 0 out of 10. GameSpot knows what they're talking about.
User score 1.4. Let's go. This game was definition a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's truly okay. Ride to Hell is nothing like Days Gone. Days Gone is actually a built game and put together game. Not to mention the fact like it has some of the best. I would go ahead and say a revolutionary build when it comes to zombie hordes because it wasn't like Days Gone does it really well. And the last game that did a zombie horde really well, like Days Gone, that people like critically acclaimed was Left 4 Dead. So there's like a nearly 20-year gap between those games. That's how long it's been in the zombie genre that people actually tried to make the zombie genre revolutionary when it comes to zombie hordes.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel.
That's
Is
the
all I'm
thing is
gonna say.
they didn't reinvent the wheel. They made it much better.
I'm not talking about Days Gone. I'm talking about other games that keep trying to reinvent these zombie, like genre.
Exactly why Dead Island's on my overrated list. Days Gone is a very fun experience. The story is very fun and touching all the way through. The gameplay is very fun. It's another one of those open world games that like just truly figured out how to do it best. There is a lot of emptiness in the open world because they ended up like just like every fucking game nowadays. At some point, it becomes a rush development cycle.
Yeah.
Anyways, do you got any more games you want to add on, tack on really quick, or talk about before we head out?
No, I think we talked enough. So yeah,
All
like
right.
I feel like we should save whatever other things we have in our mind for other episodes.
Yeah, we can do that if you'd like. I
Yeah.
really don't know what else to talk. I'm sure we'll do another list at some point.
We'll find something to do. Well, I mean, we can be like a Watch Mojo and as like a top 10. No, that's Danger Dolan. Yeah. Top 10
That's a
video
name.
games we like to
That's
talk
a
about.
that is a name I haven't heard in a long fucking time.
Which one? Watch Mojo or Danger Dolan?
Danger Dolan. Haven't thought about that name in years. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this week's episode of Talking to Bitch. And if you'd like a good laugh today, you can go check out Metacritic's list of the best games of all time and see just how many classics and virtually 10 out of 10 games are rated below Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars.
We were gonna save that for next time. It's like, holy shit. Fuck you, Metacritic, and you people.
Bye, guys.